Alex Eala resumes campaign in Sao Paulo Open in Brazil. There would be little rest for Filipina tennis sensation Alex Eala as she continued her campaign in the Women's Tennis Association (WTA) circuit when she competes in the Sao Paulo Open in Brazil this week. Fresh from clinching her maiden WTA title at the Guadalajara 125 Open in Mexico over the weekend, the 20-year-old Eala is scheduled for another rigorous tournament as she battles French qualifier Yasmin Mansouri in the opening round of the tournament. The Sao Paulo Open is part of the tour with a category of WTA 250, offering more tournament points compared to the Guadalajara Open, which is a WTA 125 event. Eala, however, is entering the tournament as the third seed with her current WTA singles ranking of number 61. World number 27 and local bet Beatriz Haddad Maya banners the 32-player main draw field that also has second seed and world number 82 Solana Sierra. On paper, Eala has the advantage with her recent WTA title feat in current ranking compared to Mansouri, who, at 24, is currently ranked number 380. Mansouri barged into the main draw with quick victories over local bets Ana Cruz, 6-3, 6-2, and Tiziana Pedretti, 6-2, 6-4. So far, the Frenchwoman has 5 singles and 14 doubles titles in the International Tennis Federation (ITF) circuit. Eala, for her part, boasts of 5 singles and 3 doubles titles in the ITF circuit, and has a wider experience in the WTA scene where she faced and won against some of the world's best players that include Grand Slam champions Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Iga Swiatek, to name a few. Still, expect Eala not to take her rival lightly as she hopes to carry the momentum of her breakthrough WTA title victory from Mexico to Brazil. The sun rose over Sao Paulo like a golden serve slicing through the morning mist, cutting the city awake with heat and rhythm. Somewhere beyond the urban sprawl and samba music humming in the streets, a 19-year-old Filipina tennis prodigy was lacing up her shoes, wiping sweat from her brow, and staring down the red clay of the Sao Paulo Open. Alex Eala had returned. For many fans, she is more than a tennis player. She is a symbol, a rare, brilliant spark from Southeast Asia shining on courts usually dominated by players from North America or Europe. And now, after months of grueling training, minor injuries, and the quiet pressure of expectation, she had come to Brazil not just to compete, but to conquer. The return of the rising star. The Sao Paulo Open isn't a Grand Slam. It isn't Wimbledon with its white dress code and strawberries and cream. But make no mistake, for players on the ITF circuit like Alex, this tournament matters. It's a war zone of raw talent, ambition, and survival. Rankings can rise or fall in a single set. Confidence can be built, or broken, in an hour. Alex Eala knows that all too well. It had been a few weeks since her last match, and in that time she'd been quietly working, honing her footwork, tightening her service game, and, perhaps most importantly, nurturing her mental fire. Tennis is not just a battle of physical skill, it's a chess match of wills. And in Brazil, she would face some of the fiercest competitors outside the WTA Top 100, all hungry, all chasing the same dream. But Alex wasn't here to chase. She was here to lead. Clay courts and caipirinhas. Brazil's clay courts are different. They demand patience and precision. The ball bounces higher and slower than on grass or hard courts, and matches often stretch into marathons of attrition. For a player like Eala, known for her aggressive baseline play and sharp two-handed backhand, adapting to the red clay was both a challenge and an opportunity. The clay teaches you rhythm, she told reporters during a brief pre-tournament press event, flashing a humble smile. You have to dance with it. You can't fight it. And Sao Paulo does dance, with its traffic, its music, its people. Life in Brazil pulses with rhythm. Maybe that's why this tournament feels different. There's energy in the air, from the street performers juggling outside Ibirapuera Park to the young fans waving Philippine flags courtside. One boy even wore a makeshift Eala jersey with Queen Alex scribbled in marker on the back. Alex saw it, laughed, and gave him a wink before stepping onto court 3 for her opening match. The first serve. Her first-round opponent was a tough Brazilian wildcard, known for her clay court expertise and strong defensive play. The match began with long rallies, 20 shots, 30 shots, each player grinding down the other, searching for a crack in the armor. Eala's game plan was clear: dictate with the forehand, move her opponent side to side, then finish at the net when the time was right. It wasn't easy. The Brazilian crowd, predictably partisan, clapped louder for unforced errors from Alex than for winners against her. But she didn't flinch. In the middle of the second set, tied at 4-all after losing the first 6-4, Eala unleashed a thunderous forehand down the line that clipped the edge of the sideline. The stadium hushed for a second. Then came the applause, from both camps. Even the crowd had to respect that. She took the set 6-4. By the third, it was all Alex. The power, the poise, the maturity beyond her years. Everything came together like a well-tuned orchestra. Her shot sang. Her footwork floated. The Brazilian clay could not slow her. She won the decider 6-1. Beyond the rankings, of course, the headlines would talk about the win. Social media would buzz with Alex Eala advances and penery power on clay. But behind the scenes, what truly mattered was less about points and more about progress. Alex Eala is not just building a career, she's building a movement. From a young girl hitting balls at the Manila Polo Club to becoming a Grand Slam junior champion, her path has already inspired countless young Filipinos to pick up rackets and dream big. In every swing, there's a story. In every win, a reminder that talent can rise from anywhere, even from an archipelago thousands of miles from tennis traditional heartlands. And here in Brazil, halfway around the world from her home, Alex Eala was writing another chapter. The coach's corner. On the sidelines, her team stayed composed. Her coach, part strategist, part psychologist, offered only minimal words between games. Alex didn't need long speeches. She needed belief. She's getting smarter, the coach said post-match. It's not just about firepower now. It's about knowing when to push, when to hold back. She's learning the geometry of the court. They had a quick cool-down, an ice bath, and a light dinner, salmon, quinoa, and a bit of acai for local flavor. Recovery was as important as practice now. The road to the final was long, and every match meant a new battle, a new Cephas, a new opponent with her own dream. But for the night, at least, they could breathe. A city behind her. Later that evening, Alex and her team took a walk through Avenida Paulista. The skyline was lit like a Christmas tree. Buskers played bossa nova on the sidewalk. Someone selling bracelets called out to her in Portuguese, then switched to English when they recognized her. "You Eala, right? From the Philippines?" Alex grinned, nodded. "You play good tennis," the man said, thumbing up. "Win for us, too. In Sao Paulo." But for now, the samba beat plays on, and Alex Eala is right on rhythm. Game. Set. Philippines. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.